What's really going on in Morongo Unified Secondary Schools? Interpreting the CASP results. I began my search looking at the CASP scores for the 4 secondary schools in Morongo Unified. These numbers include students who met or exceeded the standards in English language arts and math, but I feel like these numbers don't tell the whole story. So I decided to extend my research into looking at how socioeconomically disadvantaged students did compared to socioeconomically advantaged students. Down here at the bottom, you'll see that I included the percentage of socioeconomically disadvantaged for each of these 4 schools I looked at. We're now going to look at the difference between our socioeconomically disadvantaged and socioeconomically advanced students did in English language arts and math. These numbers here that I've provided are percentages for those students who have met or exceeded the standards. All but one of these schools is showing a significant difference in numbers for how these two groups compared to each other. And we're going to see an even greater significance in our math scores. These numbers are pretty surprising. If you take a look at La Contenta up at the top, there is a 35% difference between the two. And then if we go look at 29 Junior, there's almost a 30% difference. But I do think there's more going on than this. Now we're going to look at suspensions, which I think play a big role in how our students are achieving. If you compare the suspension numbers between these two groups, we may just have one piece of the puzzle. Our socioeconomically disadvantaged students are spending way less time in the classroom. They're missing out on instruction and valuable time spent with the material. They are not learning the skills or acquiring the knowledge for understanding. And I think this is part of the achievement gap that we're noticing here in Morongo Unified. Morongo recently had to put together a disproportionate committee due to the amount of minorities that were being suspended. But in my opinion, I think they need to be looking at poverty as a major factor. And they need to start addressing this as a possible answer to student achievement and the gap that we see. If you look at the difference between all students and socioeconomically disadvantaged students, the numbers are not much different. I found a document on the internet that gave these 5 ways to help disadvantaged schools and students improve. At the end of this, I provided the web address to this document that provides more information for each of these areas, but these are the 5 that I think would help Morongo Unified be more successful in helping their disadvantaged schools and students.